Meanwhile, the Abraham Accords Global Leadership Summit is underway in Italy, bringing together a range of leaders, diplomats and officials focusing on issues of tolerance and diversity. Correspondent Batya Leventhal reports.
A successful summit, that is what many of the participants, including ministers, ambassadors, foreign policy experts, businessmen and women, and religious leaders alike, are calling the Abraham Accords Global Leadership Summit that's taking place here in Rome. While most of the participants are now at a gala dinner to wrap up the evening and an intense day of not only panel talks, briefings and discussions, but more sideline talks as well. Now, the main talks focused on how the Abraham Accords that were signed in 2020 had a knock-on effect and sort of a domino effect that impacted not just communities but nations as a whole around the world. The sideline talks, however, were looking a little bit closer in the region at possible normalization between Israel and Saudi Arabia, something that I-24 News exclusively reported on Tuesday that talks were in the works. The former Israeli ambassador to the United Nations, Danny Danon, who's hosting the conference, made mention to me earlier today that this is likely to happen within the next year, meaning that before the end of 2023, peace between Saudi Arabia, considered a big fish in the Middle East, and the Jewish state is highly probable, and that he remains incredibly optimistic as a member of the Likud party that Benjamin Netanyahu, as not only the leader of the party but also as Israel's incoming prime minister, are likely to set this as the top of their foreign policy agenda. A successful summit, but many here say that it starts with putting the horse before the cart. And that is why summits like this are small steps towards doing exactly just that. If they can apply the principles of the Abraham Accords, as they said, to their communities, cultures, as well as nations, they can do it on a much larger scale and even catch a big fish like a relationship between Israel and Saudi Arabia that would really shake up the Middle East even more so than it currently has. Batya Leventhal reporting from I-24 News in Rome.